New York mass shooting. Oh, this is terrible. There was a parade in New York and somebody just opened fire into the crowd. There's about 6 or 7 people hit with gunshots. It was called an intentional act. One person was shot in the head, one in the chest, somebody in the arm, somebody in the wrist. And it's unclear where the others were shot. It's unclear. Obviously, somebody who's shot in the head probably not going to make it. Shot in the chest might not make it. Just read the energy on this. Oh, I'm getting a really sick feeling. Just read about this mass shooting. Sending everybody love and light and hope that everybody is going to recover. But let's just read on this. Letting go. The shooter let go of his inhibitions. He's under stress and he just let go of gunfire into the crowd. What else? Grove. Somebody out of touch with reality, somebody who's mentally ill. There's a mushroom there. Substances might have been involved, but see how isolated and lonely the person is feeling. This is just terrible, just terrible. Yeah, this is, the card says obedience, but this is a traditional symbol for justice. There's no justice. There can never ever be justice in this situation. People taking the law into their own hands, people being violent, being frustrated, not following the common bounds of decency, not obeying the laws of nature, not obeying the laws of the world or laws of the land. People being thinking that they can do whatever they want. Lawlessness. Let's have some more reading on this. Oh dear. Again, mental illness. People whispering things in their ears. He might have been influenced by things that he saw on social media. He might have been influenced by being bullied himself. Getting very, very much an influence of outside influences influencing this person. And also I'm getting people are now afraid. People are afraid to walk in the streets. People are afraid to go out. This has a knock-on effect, not only the people that were there, but now at the next parade that's held somewhere else, people are going to wonder, is this the parade that's going to be too dangerous for me to go out? Yeah, sewer maiden, it says, scraping the bottom of the barrel. People are feeling desperate. People are feeling, these are just terrible, deep, dark times. Mildew fairy, cleanup time. Yeah, it's way beyond time that our streets were cleaned up. It's way beyond time that this lawlessness is not allowed to happen anymore. It's way beyond time that gun violence in America was brought under control. And I know it'll be difficult, but you know, in America they had, not in America, in Australia we had the Port Arthur massacre, which happened decades ago. And when that happened, it was a gun incident. The government immediately decided this is never going to happen again, and they did a buyback program where people could hand in their guns and they could get paid for them, and pretty much the entire gun ownership process at that time was tightened up very, very, very strictly. And since then, yes, there are occasional gun incidents, but there are not very many people that own guns proportionally, and our gun violence proportionally is significantly less than the US. So it's beyond time that people had less access to guns in America. Something needs to be done. You cannot have your citizens and your people continuously being killed in the streets. Listen with your heart. I trust messages received from my heart. So this is a plea to the politicians and to properly fund police forces, to do whatever, to make a strategy, to put a plan in place. The public is brokenhearted. They're sick and tired of this gun violence happening all the time. sharing of yourself. The politicians are so out of touch with what's happening with reality that the public desperately needs help, and politicians are not providing it. They're just riding off into the sunset, not doing what needs to be done. There needs to be a solution put in place that can prevent this kind of tragedy from continuing to happen. People are feeling like there's no protection. This is my protection card. They need to be protected. They need police agencies to be funded. They need an actual, some kind of policy to be put in place and implemented so that this thing does not happen again. People are fed up and scared. Yep. So the politicians are feathering their own nest. You can see they're very happy. They've got lots of fruit, lots of flowers, and they give with the one hand and they take with the other hand, and they make pretty promises, but then nothing ever changes, and they're just doing whatever they need to do, the bare minimum, to appease the people. But in the meantime, people in the background they're in agony, they're hurting, they're in pain, and they need this to be resolved. And unfortunately, I'm seeing that the politicians are really not going to make any inroads into this. They're not going to do anything differently. They're going to continue just looking after themselves, feathering their own nests. And tragically, I don't think anything is going to change, at least not in the short term. Sending love and blessings and healing prayers to those that were affected and involved in this situation. Sending you love and blessings.